Today I'm going to show you how to make keto blueberry muffins. Hey again guys, well today I'm super excited to show you how to make these keto blueberry muffins. I have made them before and they turned out fabulous. This is another recipe from the Southern Keto Cookbook. I've talked about this before and raved about it. If you all haven't checked it out, I'll leave a link down in the description. I bought this with my own money. This is not sponsored. I just love sharing things to help you and things that I found on my keto journey that I really like, and this is one of them. Let's talk about the ingredients we're going to use today. You're going to need a sweetener of your choice. You can use erythritol. I'm using granular swerve, salt, vanilla extract, eggs, fresh blueberries, almond flour, baking powder, and sour cream. That's one of the things I love about this recipe. Minimal ingredients, and they are so good. Let me get everything measured out, then we'll come back. I'll show you what the measurements are that you're going to need, and we're going to whip up these blueberry muffins. All right guys, I've got everything measured out, so let me show you how much of each ingredient you're going to need. We're going to start with our dry ingredients first. So what we have here, I've measured out 1.5 cups of finely ground almond flour. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of whatever low carb sweetener you want to use. I'm using Swerve, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to whisk all of our dry ingredients together and then we'll move on to the wet. So you want to mix until these are all good and blended together the best you can get them. And using a whisk kind of helps break up any of the clumps that you may have in your dry ingredients. Now that we have our dry ingredients all well mixed, we're going to move on to our wet ingredients. So let me show you the amount that you'll need of each of those. You're going to need 2 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 cup of sour cream. We're going to start by whisking our eggs together. Once you have those nice and whisked, then we're going to go ahead and add our vanilla and our sour cream. And a little bit of extra vanilla never hurts. Lastly, our sour cream. And I think the sour cream really makes these nice and moist and gives them a good texture. We're just going to mix all of this together till it's nice and smooth as we can get it. I smell that vanilla. It smells good. All right guys, so I've got our wet ingredients all incorporated. The next step we're going to do is we're going to add our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. Now you just want to do this slowly by adding a little bit of dry ingredients and mixing it as you're adding. And what I do is I just add a little bit of it, a little bit at a time, and mix until that's pretty well blended. Then I'll add more dry. And you can see it's a really nice batter consistency. So add a little more. Continue stirring. And we're going to do this until all of our dry and wet ingredients are well blended and mixed thoroughly. All right, so we've got all of our ingredients well mixed together. The last and most important step with blueberry muffins is your blueberries. So we have a 1/2 cup of blueberries, fresh blueberries as you want to use. Don't use frozen, use fresh. You can have blueberries on keto. You just got to keep them in moderation. It is one of the fruits that you can have that is lower carb. The recipe calls to add the 1/2 cup into the batter. I did that the last time I made them, but what I found is the inconsistency of blueberries in each muffin. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to pour my batter into my muffin pan, and I'm going to actually add the blueberries in after it's poured into the muffin pan. That way there'll be an even amount. I don't know about you, but I want an even amount of blueberries in my muffins. I don't want one muffin may have 1 blueberry and the next muffin may have 5. Plus, for any of you that are tracking your macros, it's easier to track when you know how many blueberries are in each muffin. So let me get my muffin pan ready. Also, I wanted to mention, as I have been mixing the ingredients, I do have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. All right, guys, so I have our muffin tin ready. This recipe will make 12 blueberry muffins. I only have a 6 muffin tin, so I have to do it in 2 batches because a 12 muffin pan tin will not fit in our oven. So this is the perfect size for our convection oven. I just eyeball it. I do about a tablespoon in each muffin tin, and I lined this with the muffin papers, as you saw. You can just grease your muffin tin if you want to do it that way, or if you have a silicone muffin tin, those work really well too. So let me get these all measured out. We'll add our blueberries and we'll pop them in the oven. So I have all of our batter pretty even in each muffin tin. I just, like I said, eyeball it. Once I get it in, I kind of shake my muffin tin just to kind of even it out a little bit better. Our next step is to add our blueberries. So what I've decided, I'm gonna add 3 blueberries to each muffin. I think that will use up our whole ½ a cup. So I'm just going to take blueberries and I'm gonna press them down into our muffins, just like so. Oh, these are gonna be excellent. I can't wait. Here's what we got, guys. My oven has beeped, so it is preheated to 350 degrees. We're gonna put these in and we're gonna bake them for 25 to 30 minutes until the tops are golden brown, or until you can stick a toothpick in the center and it comes out clean. Our oven doesn't get stuff real golden brown, so I always check with the toothpick method. Let's get these in the oven and I'll show you the finished product once they're ready. All right, guys, so it has been 30 minutes. I let them cook a full 30 minutes because, like I think I've told you before, our oven takes a little bit longer sometimes for them to cook. As you can see, they're not really golden brown. There is a little bit of golden color to the top, but I did do the toothpick test and it comes out clean. So they are all cooked through. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these from the muffin tin and let them cool all the way, and I will show you what they look like. While they're cooling, I'm gonna get this other batch going. See you back here in just a minute. All right, you guys, so it has been about 10-15 minutes and these are pretty well cooled. They're a little warm, but not bad, but I wanted to show you what they look like. I mean, these things are so moist, they just crumble apart. I mean, look at that. Ah, so good. Now, I will say, doing the blueberries like this, they don't really get mushed in that, you know, when you mix them in with the batter. But again, this makes it more even on the blueberries that you have in each muffin. You can do it either way you'd like. But gosh, guys, these are so, so good. I will leave a link to that Southern Keto cookbook down in the description, and I'll also leave the macros to these. Of course, they're not like the packaged blueberry muffins that you get, but they are pretty darn close. And to keep it low carb and to be able to eat stuff like this, we love them. What about you?
Yeah, I love them.
Slap some butter on them.
Some butter.
So good. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you make these, come back and let me know how you like them. I always enjoy hearing when you make these recipes and how you guys enjoyed them. Thank you guys as always for watching and subscribing.
Until our next video.
Peace, love, and expediting.
What?
You want blueberry muffin?
I want blueberry muffin. I want some.